This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time is precisely 1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Chandima Virakon. Headlines. All schools in the island reopen on Monday. Media Minister says that more attention should be paid on climatic change. The Chinese government praises the Sri Lankan government for safeguarding and promoting human rights and enhancing the livelihood of people. Cabinet approves to purchase Sputnik 5 vaccines. The construction work of Malwatu Oil Reservoir begins next week. Prime Minister Netanyahu falls short of majority in exit polls. Local stories in detail. Minister G.L. Pires says that it has been decided to reopen all grades schools in the Western Province for academic activities on Monday. He made these remarks participating at the Cabinet media briefing held today. He said schools will reopen again on 19th of April after the New Year holiday. Media Minister Kelly Rambokalla says that stern action should be paid on climatic change when implementing sustainable development goals. The government has already implemented a program to protect the environment and to hand over it to the future generation safely. He made these remarks participating in a national dialogue on climatic activities. The necessary policies for the protection of the environment and its sustainable development have been included in the President's Saubhagya Dakma program. He also said that the climatic changes will affect the country's economy directly as well as indirectly. Therefore, the government has paid attention in this regard. A new program will be implemented to educate the people on protecting the environment. China expressed its strong opposition to the United States-backed resolution at the United Nations Human Rights Council, calling on Sri Lanka to address rights violations, describing it as a move to impose pressure. Hours ahead of the crucial vote in Geneva, the Chinese government went as far as saying that Sri Lanka had made great strides in promoting human rights and towards achieving national reconciliation. The Chinese government has expressed their appreciation on Sri Lanka for the dedication to enhance the livelihood of the people and to promote reconciliation. Sri Lankan government has also achieved the victory of eradication of terrorism. Therefore, the Chinese government conveyed their well wishes to Sri Lanka for overcoming all challenges regarding the proposals presented against them. China also stated that human rights issues should not be politicized. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The Speed Investment Plan from Sri Lanka Insurance. Give a high five to life.
Continuing with the local stories, the Health Ministry plans to vaccinate 14 million Sri Lankans against the COVID-19 virus. As the first step, the Health Ministry is taking measures to vaccinate 5 million citizens. National Medicine Regulatory Authority, the NMRA, recently approved the emergency use of Russia's Sputnik 5 vaccines in Sri Lanka. The Cabinet of Ministers has given the nod to purchase 7 million Sputnik 5 coronavirus vaccines for 70 million rupees from Russia. The relevant proposals have been tabled by Minister of Health Pavitra Vanyarachchi. Minister Chamal Rajapaksa says that the construction work of Pahala Malwatu Oil Reservoir will begin on the 31st of this month. All weaknesses of the Irrigational Act have been identified. He also stated that the Act will be amended in order to strengthen the irrigational activities. To end the local news, the headlines again. All schools in the island reopen on Monday. Media Minister says that more attention should be paid on climatic change. The Chinese government praises the Sri Lankan government for safeguarding and promoting human rights and enhancing the livelihood of people. Cabinet approves the purchase of Sputnik 5 vaccines. The construction work of the Malwatu Oil Reservoir begins next week. That ends local news.
Introducing Speed Investment with Sri Lanka Insurance, the only insurance policy that increases your sum assured by 5% every year for the same premium amount. You also get a bonus payment at maturity. What better plan to have when you can invest now and relax later? The Speed Investment Plan from Sri Lanka Insurance. Give a high five to life. Sri Lanka Insurance. Like a father, like a mother.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
On the main news story, Secretary to the Ministry of Environment, Specialist Dr. Anil Jasingha says that necessary measures will be taken to protect the rivers under the Surakimu Ganga project. He also pointed out that many issues have arisen with regard to water as well as animals due to improper human activities. He said it is expected to construct protective fences in rivers. Measures will also be taken to begin construction of housing schemes for the people who are living in the vicinity of rivers. Amendments will be brought to the Environment Act in order to protect the environment. That ends the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watchlight, the commuters are facing many difficulties due to non-operation of the bus from Alutgama to Alpitia. It has been reported that the bus was removed from operation due to the COVID pandemic. The people in the Alpitia area request the superintendent of the Alpitia bus depot to take measures to re-operate the bus again. That ends Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Headlines of the world news. Prime Minister Netanyahu falls short of majority in exit polls. US to discuss North Korea policy with Japan and South Korea. China to offer COVID-19 vaccines for foreign residents in Shanghai. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is predicted to fall short of securing the seats needed to form a new government in Israel's fourth election in 2 years, according to exit polls. Mr. Netanyahu's party and its allies are projected to win 52 or 53 seats in the 120-seat Knesset. Parties opposed to the Prime Minister staying in office look set to win 60. It means that even with the support of the nationalist Yamina party, Mr. Netanyahu would not have a majority. Yamina, led by former Netanyahu loyalist Naftali Bennett, is forecast to win 7 seats, but has not explicitly declared which side it will support. Senior U.S. government officials say national security advisors from Japan and South Korea will be invited to Washington next week to discuss policies on North Korea and other outstanding issues. President Joe Biden's administration has indicated that it is reviewing Washington's policy on North Korea's nuclear and missile development. It has also indicated it is taking the opinions of Japan and South Korea into consideration. Shanghai will offer COVID-19 vaccinations for foreign residents, local authorities announced. It marks the first time a city in China has made its vaccine available widely to non-Chinese citizens. According to a public notice, beginning on 29th of this month, foreigners of appropriate ages may book appointments online to receive a domestically developed shot, Reuters reported. The procedure will cost people without insurance 100 yen. To end the world news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Netanyahu falls short of majority in exit polls. US to discuss North Korea policy with Japan and South Korea. China to offer COVID-19 vaccine for foreign residents in Shanghai. That ends the world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Moving on to development news, the historical railway stations in the southern province will be renovated. Accordingly, 7 such railway stations have been selected. The Ministry of Tourism says that 620 million rupees will be spent in this regard. This program will be initiated under assistance of the Railway Department and the Ministry of Tourism in the southern province. That ends development news.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Moving on to sports news. A National Sports Day will be declared. The date, 31st of July, has been selected for this purpose. The Cabinet has approved the proposal presented by the Sports Minister Namal Rajapaksa. That ends sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Samson Rajarata Tile Private Limited has opened a production centre for floor tiles, roof tiles and clay-related products. The consumers can purchase these items under one roof. Various colourfully designed tiles suited for the environmental-friendly products are being manufactured at this production centre. That ends Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh, no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on economic news, Lanka Ashok Leyland has commenced the assembly of low-flow ultra-modern buses in Sri Lanka at their Otter Assembly plant in Jaltara, Homagama. They have also commenced one assembly line and the new ultra-modern low-flow buses will be available in the local market from next October, said Director Lanka Ashok Leyland Umesh Gautam. The 250 million rupees project is partly funded through an Indian Ashok Leyland credit line and already around 100 million rupees has been invested. That ends economic news.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And finally, on the weather report, the Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the Sabaragamuwa, Western, Northwestern and Central provinces and in Gaul and Matra districts during the evening or at night. Fairly heavy falls above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the above areas. Showers will occur in Eastern and Uva provinces and in Hambantota district. That ends the weather report.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And to conclude this bulletin of news, the headlines again. All schools in the island reopen on Monday. Media Minister says that more attention should be paid on climatic change. The Chinese government praises the Sri Lankan government for safeguarding and promoting human rights and enhancing the livelihood of people. Cabinet approves to purchase Sputnik 5 vaccines. The construction work of Malwatu Oil Reservoir begins next week. Prime Minister Netanyahu falls short of majority in exit polls. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Over to my friend and colleague Victor Raj to keep you entertained. Over to you, Victor.